My handicap is 26, and that is my lowest handicap. Obviously this year I wanted my handicap to come down. It hasn't happened so far, but there's still a little bit of time to go before my year ends.
My most memorable round of golf would be playing with Madge Tench. God, about 16 years ago, and I played to 7, and that were brilliant. But I did another one to 6, but I never did any better than that. Yes.
I would think that my most memorable game of golf was I think I was only in my second year playing golf, and I won I didn't win the competition, but I got a prize in Mr. President's Day with a 3 on the 18, and I've never done that again.
My most memorable day of golf was in an autumn meeting when I dropped all my shots on the first half and then played to scratch on the bottom on the last 9.
Sir George Sitwell was very much involved with the running of the club, and the war years were a very difficult time financially, mainly due to the lack of members, as most of the young men from the area were away on Her Majesty's active duty. The committee had to approach Sir George for financial assistance on many occasions, with much of the work on the clubhouse funded and supplied by Sir George's fixtures, fittings, furniture, lighting, and open coal fires for heating, which he gave to help through the early years and can be seen around the clubhouse to this day.
Well, my lowest handicap was 1. When the Australian system was introduced, it went up to 3, and I managed to get it back to 1, but I never got to scratch. I played some very good golf as a youngster. It's obviously not as good now as it used to be. But I won the Sheffield Match Play Championship in 1953. From then on, I represented Sheffield very regularly until the 80s. I was runner-up in the same championship in 1966 and was beaten by Peter Tupling, who is a very famous name in golf in this area. Before I became champion in Sheffield, I'd played in 3 boys' international events. I played in the Boys' Championship when I was 15 at St Andrews, and I was beaten in the first round. The next year I went to Royal Lytham, and I won 3 or 4 rounds at Royal Lytham. And the year after that I played at Prestwick, and in the first round I had the misfortune to draw the English boys' captain, but I sent him home after the first round.
My most memorable round was probably whilst I was captain when I won the Albert Lee Cup. I can't remember the score, but I was fortunate to get my name on the board in 1990 as captain.
My most memorable round, I think, I've been a medal winner once, just a long time ago. It was 1993, and I did a net 68. Although possibly last Sunday was as memorable because I played with a bad back and I took money off my 2 playing partners, which has been unusual over the last few months. So possibly Sunday was the pinnacle. That was the middle of August.
My most memorable round, I'm not trying to copy Tony, but I wasn't captain at the time, but mine was winning the Albert Lee Cup when I got my name on the board. And I think they're always memorable if you get them on there. And the thing I can remember about it more than anything, and I still talk about it when we're playing, is that I'm stood on the first tee thinking what club I'm going to take on the 9th, because the 9th is a bit tight. So that's it.
Most memorable round of golf? Well, there's that many. I can't really identify any one special one, but I know you've talked to Ken Warburton about a generation match that we played, me and my dad against Ken and his son, and that went a pretty long way, and Ken missed a putt on the 18th to win it, and we went to 6-7 extra holes, and my dad knocked a tram ride in, and we won that one. So that was fantastic, great game. We also got to 2 generation finals, me and my dad, who was a member here. Sadly, he's not with us anymore, but we won one of the finals, the Generation Trophy, and he tells me that was mainly due to his good play. And we got in another final and we lost it, and he said that was mainly due to my bad play. So they were 2 great rounds of golf, playing in that with your dad against other father and sons. Memorable round. I think I've shot my best gross is probably a 73, something like that, which is pretty tidy. Won some various trophies throughout the career down here. So I like to think my last game of golf is my most memorable, because I just love playing golf and I love playing here. So every game is fantastic. I'm very fortunate, really.
There's numerous things actually that I like about Renishaw Park Golf Club. I feel it's home from home. Being here that length of time, I've met so many people and been involved with so many people, and in different ways. For example, I've been a very strong member of a retired gents section what we have here, and been involved quite a lot with that section, playing matches at home and matches away, and being friendly with the people who have come from matches that's been from away matches. And the most interesting and nice part about things is that when one goes back to these clubs, you're made so welcome. And I feel that this club also gives the same welcome as other clubs, and always have done, to my knowledge anyhow, which I've really enjoyed. And that's the part I like about it.
Well, since I've been a member of Renishaw, I've found out that it's a great source of friendship and a community spirit amongst us. As Brian does, I now play with the retired gents. Fully enjoy that, and I especially enjoy my games now because since my wife died 3 years ago, it has been a source of great help and friendship, and everybody's been so friendly towards me that it is part of my life now.
Sir George had made 2 provisos from the outset. Firstly, that there be no unsightly bunkers in the park, and secondly, that there would be an artisan section with specially reduced rates so that many work people on his estate, not to mention those who toiled in the neighbouring pits and in the iron foundry, could enjoy the game and the surroundings in the same way as the more well-to-do who formed the nucleus of the club when it started. Due to the significantly reduced subscriptions paid by full members of the club, for many years the artisan section carried out work on the course and did much of the alterations to the 5th, 8th and 11th greens, as well as ball spotting on major club competition days. Restrictions were imposed on them as to the times when they could play on the course, before eventually they were gradually integrated into the club as fully paying members by the late 1970s.
My most memorable round of golf will be when I won the England County Champion of Champions. Playing in that, representing Yorkshire as their champion, I didn't want to let Yorkshire down. So, excuse me. So I would say, teeing it up in that competition, I just didn't want to let Yorkshire down. I thought I just want to do all right, but I actually found myself 4 under after 7 holes. So I then thought, I could win this. and then eventually, you know, I held myself together to actually win it, and that's the most memorable round of golf. Well, 2 rounds of golf I hold and cherish, really.
When I was a member, when I first went, to play with a captain, it was an honour. And you played with the captain and you played with the professional. Now, when you were asked, when you walked up to that first tee, and no disrespect to the members today, they take for granted to play with a professional and the captain. But those days, wonderful, wonderful. That was a memorable day with a past professional called David Dunk. I don't think he's alive now. Memorable rounds, I don't know if you lads are golfers, played a scramble once, team of 4, and people who will know how to play this game, you all have to get 4 drives in, and you play as a team. And the team was John Brothwell, the past captain who we interviewed earlier, Jack Detchin, good old timer, Gillio and myself. Anyway, we finished up with a score of 18 birdies, and then we had a net to come off 4 other shots. So we finished up with a score of 47, and we won it by a mile.
This medal is an artisan medal, and it was won in 1961. And that was, I think, about 5 or 6 handicap then.
Well, I thought you were going to say 5 or 6 year old, right?
No. That, there. I spent all my life down there.
I think you ought to realise we were artisans. The artisans opened it up for Eckington lads as well as Renishaw people.
And Kilomarsh.
And Kilomarsh.
You've got to be within 3 miles of the course. That's what to be an artisan, you've got to live within 3 miles of the course.
And that's not many years back that it were a no-go area for a local lad to play.
In fact, the artisans set 90% of trees on course because there were no trees on course on the side.
The trees came from Westhorpe,
Tit, silver birds, and now they're chopping them down one by one so they can put the others in.
The lowest handicap I've ever been is 2. And then I went back to 3, then back to 2, then I was off 3 for 15 years. And then 3 years ago I had major heart surgery. And since then I have slipped up to 5, but gradually getting it back to 4. Hopefully try and get back to 3. I'm trying my hardest. Whether I can achieve that or not, I don't know. I'm trying my hardest, but like I say, golf's a funny game and you don't always work out what you want to do.
My lowest handicap was 6, and I got there for 2 days. I played in a competition on the Saturday, I got down to 6, and played in a competition on the Monday and went back up to 7. So, but I can always say I've been a 6 handicap golfer if only for 2 days, and it's gone up ever since, really.
My lowest handicap, by the way, it has been 4.5, playing 5 when I drove in as captain. Fantastic tee shot off that first tee, Steve.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, 4.5, playing 5, not for long.
So you've gone down a little bit since then.
Yeah.
Well, we're all getting older.
Well, we are. Yeah.
The most significant change to the running of the club came on Saturday the 14th of October 1950, when the Sitwell estate handed full responsibility for the running and maintenance of the course over to the members. Following these changes, Mr. Colin Lyle, club captain in 1949, and his wife Mrs. Dorothy Lyle, ladies captain in 1950, went on to become the first steward and stewardess of Renishaw Park Golf Club in 1952. Their son Stuart Lyle joined as a junior, aged 8 years old, and in 2002 celebrated an astonishing 60 years as a club member.
I like the greens as well. They're like one of the best around, like how fast they are. Like I play quite a few courses around here, and like none of them compare to what the greens are like here.
The things that I like about Renishaw is the atmosphere, like the members, they're so friendly. A lot of juniors are a good laugh, and playing the course, it's one of the best courses around.
The thing I enjoy the best with this course is a different challenge every day. Every time you go into the clubhouse or the prayer shop, everyone's always kind to you and always welcome to you.
The thing I like best is that, you know, the course, it's a course of 2 nines, the top 9, it's quite short, quite tricky. And if you can keep it anything like to your handicap, the back 9 opens out a bit more, 4 par 5, so you can really open your shoulders, so to speak, and get it going a bit. Greens are excellent, best in the area, to be honest, extremely quick. All good golfers like quick greens, it's excellent. Pleasure to play on.
In June 2007, rain stopped play at Renishaw Park when more than 50 millimetres of rain per hour hit the region. 80 million cubic metres of rain hit Derbyshire and South Yorkshire, bringing the level of the River Rother, which runs at the back of the course, to the highest level ever recorded at 5.71 metres or 18.7 feet. The clean-up operation was far from straightforward, but the club took the decision to turn the event into an opportunity to rebuild and returf parts of the course, while constructing a flood break behind the 11th and 17th tees. With full credit to the greenkeepers, the work was carried out quickly and professionally, bringing the course up to its best condition while preparing a defence for the future.
Right, June 2007. Right, that's when my youngest child was born, the 25th. Yeah, that's all that happened that day. I'm sure it is. We had a slight problem with a large amount of rainfall in a short period of time, and the River Rother burst its banks. Probably as bad as I've ever, well, certainly as bad as I've ever known it. And I think if you ask Arthur Milton, it's probably as bad as he's ever seen it. So, when I'm sat now, you probably my head would just be above the waterline, well, the top of my head anyway. Yeah, it was a freak incident. Hopefully we're never ever going to see anything like that again, touch wood, but we have put some things in place if it does happen again. We built the penny engine line back to the original level and directed the path a different way, so that should hopefully, if the river does come over again, should keep it on to the big meadow side where all the main drainage is, which in 2003 2004 I put 3 miles worth of drainage in there, so when it does rain now it takes the water away very quickly. But yeah, it was something that you don't really want to see coming back to devastation, really. In a summer month, you know, the water turned very quickly to go very